So we have studied about Mr. Gessler and about his ways, how he planned. Actually, he was a simple man and he did not do any advertisement. He depended on his skills and he was a very good shoemaker. Why? Because whatever shoes he made, there was never complaint. Okay, there was never a single complaint. That's why he was proud of himself. So when the author talked with him, he wanted to get more information about Mr. Gessler, and he knew that he is living with his brother. He is originally German. Okay, he is originally not Englishman. He is German, but he settled in England. Okay, clear. Now you see, children. The page number 75. You please open 75. They get it all. He said they get it all by advertisement. They means they. They means they get it. It means it. So how do they get work? The big farms. So I told you yesterday. I have written one thing also about the German English, and not by work. They take it away from us. Not. Not is not. Not is not. Okay. So, in looking at these lined face, I saw things I had never noticed before, bitter things and bitter struggle, and what a lot of grey hairs there seemed suddenly in his red beard. So, he became angry when the author mentioned about the big farms. So, according to him, the big farms are making boots, but the quality is not there. But people are purchasing. Why? Because it is done by advertisement. Okay, they spend a lot of money for advertisement and they get the product.
अरे गुरुजी ऐसा मत क्या करो सर गुस्सा करते हैं बहुत ऐसा मत करो सर गुस्सा करते हो ऑनलाइन देखते हैं ना
लग जाती है वाइट ना वाइट देख लो बैग
वो वाइट वाला हटाइए वाइट वाइट दिखा ना उसको हटा दो मेरी जो आवाज है
Okay, okay, children. So, what happened? Mr. Gessler was angry on the big farms because they do lot of advertisement. They take the work, but really their work has no quality. Okay, so at best I could explain the circumstances of those ill-omened goods. Ill-omened means those who are in bad shape. Actually, ill-omened, the textual meaning is something else. Here, bad boots. The boots which were bad. Omen, you know, ill-omen means it is negative and bad, which is predicted. But here, no, it will be the non-fitting boots. Okay. But his face and expression made me so deep an impression that during the next few minutes, I ordered many pairs. So the author felt very much for the bootmaker, poor bootmaker. Because no, what happens, big firms are spending money and a lot of money is being spent on advertisement. So people are going to them. But really people should go for the workers. Okay, they should go to the workers and skilled people, as a result of which the skilled people are neglected. They lasted longer than ever, and I was not able to go to him for nearly 2 years. So what the author did, he ordered for many pairs of boots. Why? Not because he needed them, but because he wanted to help Mr. Gessler. Okay. So if he gets boots, some work he will get. So he ordered many pairs of boots, and as expected, the boots were perfect. For many years, these boots lasted. So the author did not go to Mr. Gessler. Clear? Any doubt is there?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
So it was many months before my next visit to his shop. This time it appeared to be his elder brother handling a piece of leather. So next time when the author went, he did not see Mr. Gessler. It was his elder brother. Well, Mr. Gessler, I said, how are you? He came close and peered at me. I am pretty well. Ready means ready. So this time when he went, he was not there, but his elder brother was there. Who? Mr. Gessler was not there. So he peered means looked closely. Okay. So peered. Looked closely. So next time he went and saw his elder brother, the author thought, yes, it is his Mr. Gessler. But Mr. Gessler was not there, it was his elder brother. But my elder brother is dead. Brother means brother. Brother. B-R-U-D-D-E-R. Actually, it is brother. Why? He was also German. Okay, and I saw it was indeed so. The author mistook Mr. Gessler as his elder brother because he seemed to be very old. Why? Because his brother has died. So that has created one type of shock in his mind. So when he went next time, he thought that he saw Mr. Gessler's elder brother, but it was Mr. Gessler himself. So then when he told, my elder brother is dead, then Mr. Gessler, the author knew that it was Mr. Gessler, not his elder brother. So he mistook, the author mistook Mr. Gessler as his elder brother. Mistook means he thought, he made a mistake in recognizing. It was his elder brother. Clear? I murmured, oh, I am sorry. Yes, he answered, he was a good man and he made a good coup, but he is dead. And he talks at the top of his head where his hair had suddenly gone thin, as it has been on that of his poor brother, to indicate. Now you see, when a near and dear will die, you will be depressed. So it seemed that he has become very old. Why? Because of the shock. Okay. Board is not clear.
Sir, clear.
Clear no?
Yes, sir, now.
Sir, clear.
Clear no?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, who is telling board is not clear? Okay, so I suppose the cause of it death. Do you want any books? Books want. Want is want. Complaint want means want. Okay. Do you want many boots? Okay. Any boots, and he held up the leather in his hand. It is a beautiful piece. Beautiful. But actually it is beautiful. So beautiful is beautiful. Okay. Please write down the equivalent English. Otherwise, in the right hand side of the book in yellow, no, everything, all word meanings are written. You can refer to that. So let us move to next slide, next page. I ordered several pairs. It was very long before they came, but they were better than ever. One simply could not wear them. And soon after that, I went abroad. So the author this time also ordered many pairs, and he went abroad means he went to another country. It was over a year before I was again in London, and the first shop I went to my old friends. I had left a man of 60. I came to one of 75, pinched and one, who genuinely this time did not at first know me. Pinched and one means totally due to he has become aged, and when the author left means after 15 years he visited the shoemaker. Who? The author. and this time he has become really old and he could not recognize the author. He could not recognize who is the person. Do you want any boots? He said. I can make them quickly. It is a slack time. Slack time. So slack time. Time means time. Okay. Time means time. So always he pronounces D as T as D. T as D. Slack means slack. Slack means lose time. ZLACK. Slack is slack. Means it is business is not much and I am free. He wanted to say that business no work is there. Now you can order the boots so that I can make them quickly. Clear? Clear, children? Genuinely means truly. GENUINELY. Genuinely means truly. Clear? Clear, children?
Yes, sir, clear.
Shall we go forward? I had given those boots of one evening they came. One by one I tried them and I'm safe, fit, finish, quality, leather, the best he had ever made. So now this time also, at the age of 75 also, the man was making boots and boots were perfect. The boots were as perfect as before. Not ill-fitting, fitting perfectly, leather quality is good, and also they are fine in shape, leather quality is good, everything is fine. So at the age of 75 also, he had the same skill. Okay, he has become old physically, but his skill is as before. Skill is as before. He was a perfect shoemaker, and the author, as we knew from the beginning, can call him an artist. Okay. Then you see, a week later, passing the little stay, I thought I would go in and tell him how splendidly means nicely, marvelously. Okay. So the new boots fitted, but when I came to where the shop had been, his name was gone. So again he wanted to meet him, Mr. Gessler, but this time what happened? Mr. Gessler was not there. I went in very much disturbed. In the shop there was an Englishman with an English face. Mr. Gessler in, I said. No, sir. He said, no, but we can attend to anything with pleasure. We have taken the shop over. Now this time he came. Mr. Gessler was not there, but an English young man told, sir, I am the shop owner now. Mr. Gessler is not there, but you order for any boots, I can also give. Okay. Yes, I said, but Mr. Gessler, oh, he answered, dead. I only received those boots from him last Wednesday. So he was surprised how Mr. Gessler can die. Because last Wednesday only, he saw Mr. Gessler. He said, poor old man starved himself. Starved means remained hungry. Starving means remaining hungry. So the old man starved. So in the old age, dying out of hunger, children, you think how painful it is. At the ripe age also, you don't have food to eat. What a tragedy. That had happened to Mr. Gessler. Slow starvation means he did not get proper food to eat. Starve is the verb, starvation is the noun. Okay, starvation. So he died due to slow starvation. Means he could not get proper food in the old age. The doctor called it. You see the way he went to work in such a way. He was a very good worker, making good boots, was a very sincere, hard-working fellow, but such fellow also died in hunger. Could keep the shop on, would not have a soul touch his boot except himself. So he did all the work himself. Hard work, hard and honest work. Okay, when he got an order, it took him such a time, people won't wait. He lost everything and there he would still going on and on. I will say that for him. Not a man in London made a better boot. So because you know, if you want quality, you need time. If you want now, no quality. Very clear. So other people delivered within time, within no time. Boot they will give. But Mr. Gessler took much time, but the boots were perfect. But people have no patience. So when a person tells I need 15 days, they will not go to that man. They will go to the person who is telling I will do it now or I will do within 2 days. They will go. As a result, what happened? Nobody came to order boots for Mr. Gessler. So Mr. Gessler died because no work was there, no money was there. As a result, he starved himself, remained hungry. But look at the competition. He never advertised, would have the best leather too, and do it all himself. Well, there it is. What could you expect with these ideas? So, such a man, leather quality was very fine, boots were fitting nicely, boots were lasting, very good boots. But such a man also, nobody goes to order for boots. They otherwise people are having bad quality boots. They are spending money on advertisement. They are getting more order and they are getting more money. But Mr. Gessler died out of starvation. So this is the idea. Such a very good man, working honestly day and night, producing very nice goods, such a man died in hunger. That was the painful aspect of the story the young man told. What could you expect? But starvation, that may be bit flowery. Flowery means maybe little bit exaggeration. Flowery. So it may be a little bit exaggeration, telling more. He may not have died due to starvation. Something he was might be getting. As the saying is, but I know myself he was sitting over his boots day and night. But the young man told the I knew that Mr. Gessler was working hard with his boots day and night, but no customer. Only he was himself sitting in the shop. Okay. So, so the story is like that. There was the shop was there. This time the author went, but the shop was taken over by an Englishman. So he asked about Mr. Gessler. The young man told that okay, Mr. Gessler was the owner, but he is no more. He has died. How did he die? Because of starvation. Why? He did not get work. He did not get work. Why he did not get work? Because he did not advertise. He did not advertise. So, he did not advertise. Okay. He did not advertise. He did not advertise. And he took sufficient time. Because you see, children, if you want quality, you must give time. We took sufficient time. But people are eager to get the work immediately done. They don't have patience. So people do not have patience. People have no patience. So the problem is that people have no patience. So they will go to the shoemaker who can give the work very quickly. If you take 15 days, give a good goods, nobody wants. They want defective goods, but within a short time. They have no patience. As a result, Mr. Gessler did not get work. But his leather quality, okay, but his quality was fine because once he makes a boot, There was never a complaint. Get up was fine and long lasting. Fine leather. Leather was fine. Okay. And fitted very nicely. If you make boots with Mr. Gessler, they were fitted nicely. Okay. The boots were fitting nicely. The leather quality was very good and very good boots, but nobody wanted. Why? Because two things are there. One is that he did not advertise. Second is that he wanted time. People did not like that. So they did not give work. Okay, next page you open 78. I never gave himself time to eat. Never had a penny in the house. Penny means paisa. This loose change. So he was poor. Why? Because he did not get order in the old age. All went in rent and leather. How he lived so long, I don't know. So all the money, whatever he got, this shop rent he gave, and also leather he purchased. You have to purchase leather from where you will make boots. Yes. Okay. So he was a character, but he made good boots. Yes, I said he made good boots. So John Goldsworthy. It was a very good story. It tells that Mr. Gessler was a hardworking, honest man. He never compromised on quality. So the title of the story is kept quality. So any doubt is there, you can ask. Any doubt is there, children?
No, sir.
No doubt. Have you go through the story, it will come in the exam. And one more poem we have to do chiefly. So with this, our chapter will end and we will go for revision. Okay. So we have read the story. Mr. Gessler was a very good bookmaker. He was a German. He migrated to England and he opened his shop at England. Okay. His English was bit peculiar. Why? Because his origin was German, so his English accent was peculiar. So the author praised him and told that he is an artist. So first time he visited him and made boots. Whatever boots he made, there was never complaint and they lasted long. So first time he went and told my boots are creaking. But Mr. Gessler complained, did not accept the complaint. He told, I have confidence that my boots, the boots made by me, will never creak. Moreover, if you are not happy, you bring, I will pay the money. Second time he went with some boots made by some other farms. Mr. Gessler told, these are not my boots, I will repair them. But he told that these big farms, they are advertising and getting all the orders, and people are made after them. People are made after them. And what happened? Kapya. Are Kapya, who is that? Any problem is there? Okay. Then you see, he told that boots are perfect. My boots are perfect. Then he had anger on the big farms. Why? Because they are getting all the order by advertising themselves, and people have no patience. So the third time, because he wanted to help Mr. Gessler, he ordered for many pairs of boots. Next time he went. By that time, the Mr. Gessler, he thought that he is meeting Mr. Gessler's elder brother, but actually it was Mr. Gessler himself. He was looking very old. Why? Because his brother has died. So that was like a shock for him. He was looking very old, but he thought that it is his elder brother, but it was Mr. Gessler. This time he ordered for boots, and boots were perfect. So the author went to another country for 15 years. So after 15 years he returned. Mr. Gessler was pretty old. He was almost 75 years of age. Still, he made a good boots for him. So next time when he visited, he came across one Englishman. So Mr. Gessler has died. So one Englishman has taken the shot. Okay, the Englishman told that Mr. Gessler was a very good bootmaker and his boots had quality, but unfortunately he died of starvation. The author could not believe that why such a man who was very perfect in work, honest, hardworking, why he will die out of starvation. He told, as doctors told, it is slow starvation because whatever money he got, that went in the house rent and in purchasing the leather. So he was penniless. No money was there, no bank balance, no money. He died like a beggar. So, but one thing is sure that he was a very good bootmaker, and in London city, you will not find another bootmaker like Mr. Gessler. Always hardworking, honest, and always doing the work himself. He did not allow other people to touch his boots, and he was proud of himself as a bootmaker. That's why the author calls him one artist. He tells him he is an artist. Okay. Then you see the author and the young man agreed that Mr. Gessler was a very good bootmaker. Any doubt is there?
No, sir.
No doubt.
No doubt, sir.
Okay, let us see the comprehension part.
No doubt, sir.
Working with the text. Okay, so working with the text, you see, number one, answer the following question. What was the author's opinion about Mr. Gessler as a bootmaker? Okay, so the author's opinion about Mr. Gessler was that he was a perfect bootmaker. Why? Because the boots he made all fitted perfectly. Number one. Number two, he made with utmost honesty and sincerity. And once you purchase a boot, no, that will last long. So he considered Mr. Gessler as an artist, as an artist. So a bootmaker also can be an artist. That was the author's opinion about Mr. Gessler. Number one clear?
Yes, sir.
Then number two, what will you write? Why did Arthur visit the shop so infrequently? Okay, because the boots made by Mr. Gessler had no complaint. So he has no occasion to go there. Suppose you make something and problem will come, you will go to that shop. Because once he made a pair of boots, there was no complaint. So there was no complaint. So the boots always fitted perfectly and lasted long as there was no complaint. The author visited his shop infrequently. frequently means again and again he did not visit him. Clear? What was the effect of Mr. Gessler of the author's remark about a certain pair of boots? So he told that, so these are,
Sir, please slide.
yes, yes, please write up. So when the author complained about the certain pair of boots, Mr. Gessler told it can never creak if I have made it. But if they are creaking, please bring them and I will repair them. Otherwise, I will pay the money. Okay. So when Arthur complained about a certain pair of boots, he told that these boots, the complaint that they were creaking, he did not accept, and he told them that you bring the boots to me, I will mend it, and if necessary, I will repay the money for it. Clear? What was Mr. Gessler's complaint against big farms? So his complaint was that big farms they advertise much.
These farms will only do the
Advertisement.
advertisement. In their work, no quality was there.
Very good answer. So big farms will do the advertisement. There was no quality, but people are giving them orders. They do get orders by advertisement, not by quality. Why did the author order so many pairs of boots? Did he really need them? No. He really did not need so many boots. Okay. So he did it. Abhi. व्हाट्सएप में भेजा है क्या?
भेजा होगा
बोलिए।
अमोल सर के पास नहीं है
हाँ?
अमोल सर है ना
अमल सर बोलिए कौन सा पीरियड जाना है? ओके सो आंसर 5 the author ordered many pairs of boots to help Mr. Gessler. He really did not need them. So the author did not need so many boots, but he ordered. Why? Because he wanted to help Mr. Gessler.
8:25 से 9:10
सेकेंड पीरियड तो यहाँ से ही ले लेंगे.
हाँ
ओके 8th क्लास है ना, दिखाई थोड़ा कौन सा क्लास हुआ है? Okay. Any doubt is there? Any doubt is there, children?
no sir.
So question answers you do tomorrow. We'll see the language part. Okay. Question answers first you write in the fair notebook. Then tomorrow we'll discuss the working with the language part. Okay. Okay, children. So, story you
Okay,
read. Yes, yes. Story you read thoroughly from any part of the book. MCQ question may come. So, if it is coming, how will you attempt? How will you attempt the story if it is coming? You think thoroughly you read. Any doubt is there? You please ask us physically or refer by WhatsApp. Okay. Okay, children. Any other doubt is there?
No doubt, sir.
No doubt. Okay, shall I cut the link?
Yes,
Ah,
sir.
Chirag, you ask.
Sir.
Chirag had a doubt,
No doubt, sir.
but you are raising hand. It is showing.
Sir,
Chirag, yes. Chirag, any doubt is there? No doubt. Very good. Azram, no doubt. Okay, children, please write the question answer in the notebook, and notebook, and language part again tomorrow will deal. And one more poem we have to read for your MCQ test. So revision will be complete. Then for Tom 1 you will be ready. That's why I have left one poem. Okay. So except the this much supplementary, almost total course you prepare, and for this book, one more poem will be taught, that is CV. Then your Tom 1 syllabus will be completed, or PT2 or Tom 1, whatever you call it. Okay. Okay, children.
bye, sir.
Bye.
bye, sir.